Hello everyone. Today me, your doctor, I'm going to tell you a way to fix a fatty liver that is so fast it will leave you amazed. In just 6 days, meaning in less than a week, you can eliminate up to 31% of the fat from your liver. And the best part? You don't need to go to a hospital for expensive tests like MRIs or ultrasounds. The real cause, it's not just weight. If you want to see in real life whether you have a fatty liver or not, the very first example is your own belly. If your belly is sticking out, belly fat, this isn't normal fat. In scientific terms, we call it visceral fat. What actually happens is that when your liver fills up with fat, it overflows from there and starts accumulating around your belly. A common mistake we see is that when people go to the doctor, they're just told to just lose weight. But as a doctor, I'll tell you that this advice isn't always right. Why? Because a fatty liver is not a weight issue, it's strictly a liver issue. But don't worry, the liver is the only organ in your body that burns fat the fastest. Let me explain the science and reason behind this in completely simple words. People often think that a fatty liver is caused by eating ghee, butter or fatty meat. But no, it is caused by a very specific type of sugar that we call fructose. The weirdest thing about fructose is that no other part of your body can digest, metabolize it except your liver. Whereas normal sugar, glucose, is used by all the cells in our body for energy. So think about it. When you consume juices, cold drinks, or sweet things loaded with fructose, that entire load falls solely on your liver. The result? The liver starts filling with fat, inflammation occurs, and slowly it starts damaging the organ. For the past 40 years, we've been taught to avoid fat, avoid red meat, and instead eat as many carbohydrates, juices, pasta, and cereals as possible. This was extremely bad advice because these very things have spread non-alcoholic fatty liver disease among people today, which comes directly from carbs. I'm not just talking out of thin air. Let's look at the research and the results. Researchers at PNAS, a major scientific institution, did a pretty amazing study. They took patients with fatty liver and put them on a special diet for just 6 days. These people had an MRI done before and after. Believe me, in less than a week, their liver fat dropped by an average of 31%. Think about how deep of an impact this has on your body. To figure this out, there are 3 very easy signs you can look for on your body. Belly fat. Your stomach is sticking out. Darkening skin. Check the back of your neck in the mirror. If the skin on your neck has become dark or feels a bit thick and velvety, or the area of your armpits and thighs has become dark. All 3 of these things are screaming to tell you that your body's insulin level has become very high. And when insulin is high in the body, you will definitely have a fatty liver. When we eat too many refined carbs, sugar, white flour, bakery items, our pancreas keeps making insulin without stopping. After this, the body becomes a victim of insulin resistance, meaning the pancreas stops getting the signal to stop, and it blindly keeps releasing insulin into the body. This extra insulin permanently deposits all the fat right onto your liver. Understand this with a real-life fish tank example. If the water in a fish tank is dirty and toxic, then even if you feed the fish the best food in the world or keep treating their diseases, they won't get better until you clean the water. Our body's water or filter is our liver. If it's filled with fat and dirt, the whole body struggles. People don't feel any specific symptoms of a fatty liver in the beginning. But deep down, the exact same thing causing inflammation in the liver is also causing inflammation in your blood vessels, arteries. That's why people with fatty liver later die not from liver failure, but by falling victim to a heart attack or stroke. If you follow this plan I'm sharing, not only will your liver get better, but your high blood pressure will come down, cholesterol will improve, fatigue will end, and your energy will return. Even sleep issues like sleep apnea will start getting better. You just have to do a small test. Get an inch tape today and measure your waist at the belly button level and write it down on paper. Measure again after 48 hours, 2 days, then after 3 days, and then after 6 days. I'm telling you that in 6 days, your waist will shrink by at least 2 inches and you'll see a half-inch difference in just 48 hours. The UCSF study, Kids and Fructose, researchers tested 41 kids with fatty liver. Doctors didn't reduce their calories or diet size. They just made one small change. They removed fructose from their diet and replaced it with starch, which is glucose. After just 9 days, a little over a week, the MRI showed that the fat in those kids' livers had decreased by almost 50%. That's why my advice is to completely remove juices and soda drinks from your life, whether for kids or adults. They are full of fructose. The coffee study, a tremendous research study, was done on over 200,000 adults. The results showed that people who drank coffee had a 46% lower risk of death from chronic liver disease compared to others. Amazing, right? The reason is that coffee contains polyphenols, plant-based chemicals, which cool down the fire or inflammation in the liver. You must drink organic coffee because regular coffees contain pesticides. The walking study, Penn State University. 14 different studies involving 550 patients were compiled, and all of their MRIs were checked. It was found that people who walk daily have their liver fat automatically drop by 30% on average, regardless of whether they lose weight or not. Walking naturally speeds up liver function. The 4 final steps to drop liver fat. So finally, here are the 4 easy and final steps that you absolutely must do to drop the fat. Reduce your carbohydrates. Bring fructose, sugar, sweets, juices to absolutely zero and bring your total daily carbs down to below 20 grams per day. This step will prove to be the most effective. Eat 3 egg yolks a day. Egg yolks contain a nutrient called choline, which turbocharges the speed of removing fat from the liver. I would advise you to eat the whole egg and have it in your first meal, lunch. Try to eat only twice a day, 2 meals a day, and don't eat any snacks in between so that fat burning stays fast. Drink 1 cup of coffee a day. Make sure to drink 1 cup of organic coffee without sugar, although you can add a little cream for taste to reduce liver inflammation. Take a 20-minute daily walk. Make walking for 20 minutes a day a permanent part of your life. It's just a matter of making the right and simple decisions. Make these steps a part of your daily life and watch how quickly your body and liver become healthy.